Hatris? No uploads for months? And this is what he comes back with? Hatris?
Hey, you like hats? I do. As I've gotten older and my hairline has quietly packed its bags and moved stealthily as far away from my forehead as possible, hats have become a near daily necessity. I'm on track to look like Hulk Hogan by age 50, which is especially tragic since he's dead. Of course, I just mean I'll look like him above the eyebrows and have that hairline that looks like your hair has shown up to an arena to watch sports get played on top of your head. You like Tetris? Then you might not believe what I'm about to say. Hatris is Tetris with hats. That's right, sort of. It's kind of like that. Like from a distance, Hatris looks like a lazy Tetris cash-in. But here's the twist. It kind of is, but also Hatris was actually created by Alexei Pajitnov, the original Tetris guy, along with Vladimir Polykill, a Soviet psychologist who did many experiments using Tetris and even helped Alexei with the final version of the game. Vladimir's story takes a tragic turn later in life, one that's been heavily covered elsewhere, so I'll just acknowledge it here and move on. The pair even left a little note in the manual. It reads, "Hello everybody, how did you like Tetris? We feel that those of you who have played Tetris have gotten a glimpse of life in Russia through this unique, peaceful game. But now let's talk about our new game. Hatris is very simple and easy to understand, but it also challenges your judgment and skill. We love Hatris. As we worked on the game, it was easy to imagine the people of the world and their characteristic hats. If you like this game too, we'll be glad to have more friends in the US. Enjoy and good luck, Alexei Pajitnov, Vladimir Polykill." So why hats? Why not Catris? Cats are cute. Ratris? Rats are rats, some cute sometimes. Batris? Batris. Mattress? Mattress. Apparently, Pajitnov considered other objects, including kitchen utensils, spatulous. But in the end, hats won, because hats, apparently, are the most fun of all stackable items. The Hatris saga begins, as many great puzzles do, in the arcade, before making its way to the NES, Game Boy, PC Engine, and a handful of home computers. But today, we're zeroing in on the NES version, the one that made hat stacking a full-time job. The premise is simple but addictive. Random pairs of hats tumble from the top of the screen, just like Tetris pieces, and your job is to stack 5 of the same style hats together to sell them for cold, hard hat cash. There are 6 hat types total. You start with 3, the top hat, baseball cap, and cowboy hat. Then new hats join the lineup as you go, derby hats in stage 2, wizard hats in stage 4, and finally the crown at stage 7. Make 15 full stacks of 5 matching hats, and you'll move on to the next stage. Each stage one-ups the challenge by speeding up the drop rate, and after every 10 stages you quote-unquote graduate to a fancier hat shop where the shelves are already cluttered with hats. That's 6 shops total, 10 stages each, 60 stages of total hat management. Each of the stages gives you a different mannequin head. The first is probably Pajitnov, followed by Frankenstein's monster, Charlie Chaplin. Not sure about this one, maybe Bobby Hill as an adult, then Dracula, then, I don't know, maybe your mom or something, then an indigenous warrior, Abe Lincoln, who looks great in his stovepipe hat. I'm not sure who this is, but I hope it's not John Wilkes Booth, given that he has stolen all of Abe's hats. And the last one, I'm pretty sure, is Vladimir with his eyes closed. And if your hat mountain touches the top, well, I'm sorry, pal, you fired. Controls couldn't be easier, though. The D-pad moves the hats, A button flips them around. But if you're feeling brave, you can unlock Turbo Mode by pressing down and start on the title screen, which makes the hats plummet at a higher speed. Who turned up the hat gravity? When things get too hairy, which in my case would negate the use of a hat completely, but I digress, you can call in your Soviet dream team, Alexei and Vladimir, to help clean up the mess. You'll see their faces on the right side of the screen, and their helper meters fill up as you sell fat stacks of hats. Every 5 stacks of 5 earns you 1 helper. Sell top hats, baseball caps, or cowboy hats to earn Vladimir. Sell derbies, wizard hats, or crowns to earn Alexei. Now, your helper pool can hold up to 8 comrades, and when you use one, their portrait disappears. To deploy them, press B to pause the action, and then you can move them around with the D-pad. Alexei slides down the fire pole and can toss the bottom hat from any stack to the trash. Perfect for whittling down the bad inventory. Vladimir rides the conveyor belt and can lift and swap entire stacks, letting you rearrange the place a little. You'll earn cash for selling hats and even more if you slam them down faster by holding down. You can also trade in unused helpers for bonus money at the end of the stage. The money doesn't actually buy anything. It's all about that high score glory. So I guess in a sense, it can buy you some pride, if you think about it. When the game ends, by either game over, or because you completed all 60 stages, you'll see the top 10 scores, marked with N or T for normal or turbo. And if you somehow conquered all 60 stages, the game doesn't show a shop number, it just says end. A small but glorious trophy for the world's finest digital haberdasher. As for the music, it does the job. It's upbeat, catchy, and surprisingly varied, with each stage getting its own tune. Compared to the arcade version, the NES release feels a little less responsive. Plus no multiplayer here, unlike the arcade original. But of the versions I played, it seems like the NES version is the only one that lets you utilize your Russian comrades for a little bit of help. So that's a neat little twist. The PC Engine version may be the best home release in terms of visuals and controls, but skimps on some of the personality. The Game Boy version holds up too, monochrome, but fluid and playable. Overall, Hatris on the NES is nowhere near Tetris in terms of addiction factor, but it's a fun, quality, time waster. Just don't expect much replay value without multiplayer or extra modes. Well, I think that's going to do it for Hatris on the NES, and as always, just buy 1 hat at a time. You don't need 5. Five is too many hats. But thanks for watching.